That's just adorable.
Player, this pimp don't lie. How many rap stars you know that went to Berkeley High? I'm always with a cup of bourbon. I'm in here choosing, you up here searching.
Yo, welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Ben, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, my friends, we are finally sitting down to check out Twice's brand new Japanese album entitled Celebrate. I'm excited to hop into it. As always, if you guys are watching over on Patreon, be sure to leave a like on the album review post. Helps me out tremendously and lets me know that you're vibing along with me while we check out these B-sides. And if you're watching on YouTube, that means you're watching 10 days after this video was originally posted on Patreon. So if you want to be able to have access to this album review, or the next album review, much quicker, but also an uncut version of it, that's up on Patreon as usual. And there's almost, how many other album reviews over on Patreon already? What did I tweet about the other day? It's like 400, 500 album reviews over on Patreon already. So I think this is actually the first one that we're doing that's gonna be both on Patreon, of course, full and uncut, but also a little bit cut up over on YouTube so that we can avoid getting struck, basically. So welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are enjoying the content as usual. I'm excited to hop into it. First time I'm doing this thing over on YouTube as well, so bear with me if there's any things we have to work through, but I'm pretty much just gonna edit this one casually, I think, and just keep it chill. So let's get into it. We're skipping over Celebrate and Donut because we already know those two, but it looks like Just Be Yourself was also released previously, but I haven't heard that one yet. So we're checking out 7 brand new Twice B-sides that I have never heard before, starting right now. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, click play. Voices of Delight. I got my water with me. I'm excited to hop into it, baby. Let's go. Okay. Yes. Wow. It has a very, like, kind of game day kind of vibe. I don't know how to describe it. Ooh, those vocals, Nayeon. Damn. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm waking up on the morning of a championship game. That's like how this is making me feel. Hey. That was cute. A little bit of more and more there. Oh, that's pretty. Yes! Yeah, another immediate classic Twice B-side, bro. I really like it too. Alrighty, y'all, TikTok's up next. Let's get it. That's a little bit deeper than I was expecting as far as the instrumental goes. These drums. Energy's plenty high for this one. But the girls are giving us a lot of intensity just through their voices, so. TikTok. Okay. Into this bridge. And back in one more time. Okay. TikTok. Yeah. Cool. And next up, we got Flow Like Waves. Let's get it.
Swing back and swing forward.
That bass is bumping. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love that. I love that. Oh, that is so different. What? It's like the quickest bridge in existence, but it was so gorgeous. Hey, hey. Slow lightweight waves. It's cute. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, that's all I'm saying is up next. Hey, hey. I like that whistle. Okay.
しとしと雨が降っていた静かなその夜最後の言葉 You say could leave I'll face だってく背中が終わりを意味してる Just maybe これがお互いのためだと Baby 本当はね I still like you about to let you go
Oh, that was so slight. Yeah, okay. Pretty much the same. Very pretty. Yeah, some really, really lovely vocals on this track. And I love the lyrics to this one too. Oh. Cool. I like that one a lot. Bittersweet is up next. Man, we're really cranking through these. It feels like time's going by really fast. Okay, I'm already in love with the beat. Yes, Jungkook. Okay, yeah, yeah. Oh my god. No, I'm in love with this one. Ooh. Oh. Oh my god. Go off, Dubu. And Cheo cleaned it up. Hey, hey. Let's go, Momo. That was dope. They make you wait for that beat, don't they? Hey. Hell yes. Hell yes to this one. Yeah, Bittersweet is going to be a favorite for me. All day. How the voices fade out at the end there. Love that song. Okay. Sandcastle, baby. Let's get it. We had a bit of a summery vibe in the last one, so maybe they'll continue it with Sandcastle? Maybe. We'll see. Okay.
好きなことや好きなものだけ選べたならきっと楽だね
Oh, that faded in, didn't it?
それでも今日も一歩前砂に書いた未来図や積み上げたストーリーや崩れたってスタート
Okay. Nice. Damn. Those lyrics once again. They're really playing with words here. Dubu, I love you so much. Is that a little cowbell I hear? Do I hear a cowbell back there? Yeah. This song very much just sort of bobs along, grooves along. Yeah. I like the lyrics of this one a lot too. If it falls down, we just build back up and start it again. Cute. Alrighty, y'all, this is the last one for today. Just Be Yourself. This is one, like I said, that seems to be released earlier. But this is my first time hearing it.
Thank you, dear my friend. 君だから見せられた良い魔法
Oh.
似た者同士なエモーションス真逆なリアクションこの時が宝物だから自分を誇れるように Believe 夢中で駆け抜けた隣には君がいてくれた心照らす like a sunshine oh so I really love you
Yeah. Energy is perfect. I love this message too. Twice called me beautiful. I'm not allowed to feel insecure ever again. This literally feels like a quiet conversation and I just like, you can do it. Keep getting back up. It's really sweet, man. Yeah, this is a huge playlist ad. Oh man, I was not ready for this. I was not ready for this at all. This is a really emotional track, man. Like a really, really emotional track. Arigato, my friend. Oh man, where do I start? First of all, another phenomenal album from Twice. They can't miss, man. They really can't miss. It be that way. But let's talk about it a little bit. Normally, for those of y'all that don't know, maybe you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, you've never seen one of my album reviews before, I have done my best to keep this like pretty much to a T, exactly how I would do it over on Patreon, right? But obviously because we're doing it both ways for the first time today, I'm gonna get a little bit better at things as we go along. So hopefully things weren't like super awkward, but I'm doing my best. Also, I had to eat lunch like right beforehand, so if I've been a little bit more quiet, it's because I'm trying not to burp in the middle of reaction. Anyway, that out of the way. Sorry for the TMI, but that's just the way that it be. Man, normally on Patreon, obviously we'd sit down and we'd talk about a couple of songs that I would love. And obviously if you're watching this on Patreon, y'all already know the drill. I'm explaining it to the people that haven't done this before. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, 3 songs I would probably say off the top of my head are immediate favorites. Just Be Yourself I feel like has to be number one, but also that was released previously, and I'm just only now hearing it. I'm still gonna put it at my number one slot probably, other than Celebrate. Celebrate is phenomenal. I remember Donut wasn't really super down my alley, up my alley, whatever the phrase is. But that's okay. Celebrate was really awesome. I'm gonna put Just Be Yourself on that same level with me for Celebrate. I'm also gonna talk about Flow Like Waves. Oh my goodness, I love that song. And I'd say the other one that I would mention is Bittersweet. I really liked those three. Those are my main three. Honorable mention to the top three, I'll give to Voices of Delight, because that song was really fire too. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. I would say, in the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna go back to Twice's profile here on their page, and I'm gonna go to, where is it? If we go back down to Perfect World, I think the thing for me is that comparing this album to Perfect World doesn't make any sense. Especially because Perfect World had four main title tracks around it. This one really only has two, right? We obviously released one song extra, but there's only really two titles on this one. But that being said, In the Summer and Pieces of Love from that Perfect World album are two of my like already most played Twice songs ever. I listen to the songs almost on a daily basis. I love those two songs so much. And do I think I'm gonna have as much replay value from some of these songs on here? Especially in regard to Just Be Yourself, yes. I think Just Be Yourself is gonna be a huge play for me. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna come back and listen to this album plenty of times like I normally do with my Twice albums as they come out. But I'm curious to see exactly how much replay value I'll get. But regardless, I had a lot of fun checking this one out. Thank y'all for watching. If things were a little bit awkward, I apologize. I'm gonna get better at things as we go along. I'm starting to release these album reviews certain album reviews over here on Patreon as well. So hopefully in the future for more Twice stuff, come back to the channel, whether that's Patreon or YouTube. You already know I'm always gonna be reacting to the Twice girls pretty much no matter what. So that's it for me. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like I was saying earlier, patrons, if you're watching still, go back, leave a like on Patreon for me so that I know that you're vibing along with me. And do the same if you're on YouTube as well. Leave a like, let me know what you think about the album down below. Till next time, love y'all very much, and peace. Bye.